All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Monday, September 7th, 2020. We're going to have our first group discussion about the upcoming NFL season, which kicks off this Thursday night. The defending champion Chiefs hosting Houston in a big 112 ritual. And if you look at the description of this video, there's notes for week one and there's notes for the entire season, Gematria cheat sheet. The password is NFL in all caps 2020. NFL 2020. I just wrote it in the sidebar. So that's the password. And we'll use that password all season. NFL 2020. Just make sure you capitalize your NFL. So if you want to get into those notes and have them open on your screen, type in that password and you should be good to go. And the thing I want to start off by saying is there's three big numbers to know for every NFL season. It's the total season count, so we're in the 101st NFL season. And I don't think it's an accident that on this Monday you have a story up here about Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Remember, Philadelphia is the 101 city. And the year they won the Super Bowl, they began 10-1. And we predicted early in that season they would start the year 10-1. It was all about the flag that year. 101's the 26th prime, flag 26. So Philadelphia, 101. There's a couple teams with a 101 connection. Two of them are playing each other the opening week. The new team this year is the Las Vegas Raiders, which equals 101. They happen to be playing the Panthers, which equals 101. And remember what we covered not long ago about, oh my goodness, Randall Cunningham. I'm going to put this story up right now because this is something to think about. This was a big ritual that they did with Randall Cunningham's child earlier this year. Randall Cunningham, who was great quarterback for Philadelphia, is now the chaplain for the Las Vegas Raiders. And in the offseason, his child died in a hot tub in Vegas. But just notice how Las Vegas Raiders is 61 and 101 like Philadelphia. And the story was that his child died in a hot tub accident June 30th, 2020. That was a date with 76 numerology. Hot tub is 76. Randall Cunningham is also 76. Randall Cunningham's also 95. And from his birthday to the day that happened was 95 days later. So I highly doubt that his child died in an accident. Looks like another one of these twisted rituals in the world of celebrity. But the child was so young. I mean, a very young child for being 57 years old. So part of me wonders if that was the real reason the child was born. But anyway, keep that in mind. We'll see what kind of year the Raiders have. We might need to look into John Gruden too, because now in my mind it's flashing that he might have began his coaching career as an assistant in Philadelphia. We need to check that out. But anyway, 101st season. So the three numbers you need to keep in mind: the season count, the Super Bowl number, and the modern era Super Bowl number. So this year's Super Bowl 55, the 51st Super Bowl of the modern era. And again, last year, Super Bowl 54 was the 50th of the modern era. Chiefs equals 50, San Francisco 50. The Chiefs win their first Super Bowl in 50 years. And it was the Joe Montana Bowl. Joe Montana equals 54. And with regards to it being the 100th NFL season, African American equals 100. ESPN called it the year of the black quarterback before it began. And black quarterbacks took all top honors. League MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year. So 101st NFL season, the teams with a 101 connection, the Las Vegas Raiders, Philadelphia's 101, Panthers is 101. Panthers could be interesting this year, especially with all the stuff going on with Black Panther and Cam Newton going to the Patriots. Louisiana has the 101 connection. The NFC South is probably the most interesting division this year. Brady and Breeze in their 40s. Big changes in Carolina. And, hold on. I see what happened. Let me adjust something. That New England Patriots is not supposed to be in the list. I know what I did there. Let me fix that. This should be moved. This is supposed to be right here. Okay. So those are the teams with a 101 connection. Now, there could be like a star player or a coach that might have a 101 connection, but really I'm just looking at the states, cities, teams that have this connection to 101. In the case of Louisiana, it's the Saints' 54th season and New Orleans is 54. Last year, LSU won the championship in New Orleans on a 54-date numerology. The Super Bowl was 54 days after Joe Burrow's birthday. Now he's on the Bengals, who Joe Montana defeated twice. But those are our 101 teams. And then 55, teams with a 55 connection. Chicago Bears is 55. Wisconsin's 55. Minneapolis is 55. 49ers is 55. And before all this Tom Brady madness, I did think that the best riddle this year, it was part of my prediction last year for why the 49ers would lose in the Super Bowl. I thought that would set them up this year, the 49ers, to become 6-2 in Super Bowls in Tampa Bay, which has 2 connections to 62, where John Lynch used to run the team. That narrative's not totally thrown out, and some of you might already have a future on the 49ers being there. But they've done some serious riddles with the Bucs and Brady. If you guys are just tuning in for the first time tonight, don't worry, we'll bring up what the Brady and the Bucs have done, or I shouldn't say Brady and the Bucs, but what they've done with the Tampa Bay Boston baseball series, and also the Tampa Bay Boston NHL playoff matchup, how they synced up both with the Super Bowl perfectly. But those are the teams with the 55 connections. Remember, the Madden simulation predicted that the Super Bowl would be the Bears defeating the Chiefs, and Nick Foles would be the player of the year. Nick Foles went to the Bears by the numbers this year. He still doesn't have the starting job, I don't believe. I think it's still Trubisky, but I won't be surprised if Nick Foles replaces him, because that's been a conversation for the last year. The Bears need to move on from Trubisky. So those are your 55 teams. And with regards to it being the 51st Super Bowl of the modern era, Cincinnati's 51, Houston Texans is 51. We're going to have to keep an eye on Cincinnati with Joe Burrow. He could be something. We'll see. But Cincinnati's 51, Houston Texans is 51, Nashville's 51, where the Titans play, Tampa's 51. No team's ever hosted the Super Bowl and been in it before, but Tom Brady could be the first. And Rams is 51. So those are the teams that have connections to the numbers that usually show up in the Super Bowl. And there's arguments to be made for some of these teams. Some I feel like you can just draw a line through right now, but still, remember that these teams have these key numbers for the season for the riddles that'll come up. And in this cheat sheet, what I did was, I got all your gematria for the team name, the stadium name, and the city where they play. And I've linked the coach and the starting quarterback so you can see their birthdays. And again, just done this for each team. Plus, I put in all the refresh stats so we can see what these teams' records were coming into this season. Playoff record, regular season record. So there's a lot of calculating to do, but I've created this index so that people can research these things. Might want to pay attention to teams in their 55th season. Miami's one of those teams this year. And so anyway, this is here. You got all the teams. It's just sorted by division. And if you're trying to use it quickly, just do your find and then type in the city or the team nickname, and it should just take you right to that. So like if I want 49ers, well, it's going to take me that because I wrote it there, but boom. So got all the 49ers gematria here. And I'll probably do some... once I have more time to look and just see, if anything stands out about teams' playoff records, I'll make those updates. But just wanted to get this together as an early index. So everything's there for every team. And then for the week 1 notes, I'm not quite finished. I have all the teams up here with all the base information, but there's a few more things I still need to plug in. But I have all 16 games. What I've done for every game is put in the head-to-head records in the regular season and the records including the playoffs. Got the QBs records, regular season and playoffs. Some QBs have never been in the playoffs, so they just have one record. And same thing with the coaches. And I've started to, again, I have to go over this and plug in a lot more, gematria and win-loss records. But got all this up there if you want to start to look at it and analyze it. I will continue to update the notes. Things I still need to plug in are the measurements from the birthdays to the game, because sometimes that information can be helpful. And I'll do that for the QBs and the coaches. And as they assign the ref assignments, I'll also plug in the refs, because we have noticed over the years sometimes the ref is a really big clue for the game. But we are going to have another football discussion Saturday night, and Thursday in our regular live stream we'll talk about the Thursday night game as well. But what I really want to do tonight is, because I know a lot of you guys have already been doing your research and you want to get your ideas out there, I'm just going to open it up to the phone lines, let you guys get your calls in, and I'll listen to what you guys have to say tonight. And I might even chime in as you're speaking, but if I hear you say something really interesting that I haven't thought of, I'll definitely research that. But what I haven't seen so far this year, like we saw last year, I haven't seen a story that ESPN's throwing out like Year of the Black Quarterback. I've been hoping they'd put out a story like that. We did see that really interesting trade, though, of Fournette to the Bucks on September 2nd, and there was a gentleman in this community who predicted that was going to happen. He said the Bucks need a LSU running back. And hold on, if you guys are trying to call in, I got to get off the I'm adjusting the setting, the do not disturb setting. 1 second. Okay, the line is officially open. So we will take your calls. Again, if you got here late and you're trying to get into these notes, the password is NFL, all in caps, 2020. And with that said, we got our first caller. Caller?
Hello. So, well, my name's James. So last year, when it comes to like fantasy football players, I kind of like reflecting back on it. I could see how certain players did good because of their jersey number. Two of the specific numbers were 33 and 22. And I remember that when I was like looking at your podcast, like Dalvin Cook, he had the jersey number 33. He had a breakout year. Aaron Jones had a really good year compared to his other years. Eric Henry was a breakout. He had 22. I think there was a couple of other players. I think there was one specific one that like you talked about with the number, which was 103.
That was a huge number last year. That's what we saw. That because again, the first night there was that State Farm commercial. State Farm's 103 with Mahomes and Rodgers, and the score of the first Thursday night game was 10-3, and it was 103 days from the death of Bart Starr, the Packers star quarterback. So we clued in right away. We're like, okay, huge 103 ritual. 103 is the 27th prime. If the AFC wins the Super Bowl this year, there'll be 27-27. And yeah, so that was how we clued into that based on what happened the first game of the season.
Right, and yeah, Christopher Godwin was a huge breakout player last year, and I think if you put his name in Gematria, it was 103. And so I was able to know that after the season. I was like, oh, that's why he broke out, because he had that 103 connection. So I'm wondering, I feel like this year, 26 is a good one just because I think 101 is a 26 prime.
It sure is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. And do you know any other ones any numbers that I should look out for? Is 11 a good one? Because I know 101, that could be like 11, right?
Well, 11's always important in football. I mean, it's a game of 11 on 11. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other ones that you research yourself, or?
Well, the numbers I would really clue into is, again, the numbers for the season. 101, 55, and 51. But you're right. We should look for 26s, too, because 101's the 26th prime. That was a big part of the riddle with the Eagles season the other year. So.
All right. Okay. All right. Just wanted to ask that.
All right. But, yeah, good thoughts. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Okay. Remember, it's not a call board, it's a cell phone, so first come, first serve. The line is open. Got to time your call just right. And remember, when you guys do call in, remember, the video you're watching is on a 20 to 30 second delay, so when I pick up the phone, talk to me through the phone, not the video. Mute the video when you call in.
All right.
Caller?
What's up, Zach?
Hey, what's up?
All right, so couple thoughts.
just to start out, so I had a thought about a like a moon Super Bowl and how this is gonna be the COVID-19 season. And Warren Moon sums in 55 in full reduction, and he played for Houston, Minnesota, and Seattle.
Okay.
So I just kind of like how that is. Moon is 21 full reduction. Super Bowl's in 2021. So just a thought.
Well, hold on. I think I see something else with your Warren Moon. Hold on here. Okay, so Warren Moon is 55, so you're kind of thinking like the Joe Montana thing. They centered it around Joe Montana 54 for Super Bowl 54. And
right.
Yeah, I was pretty sure Moon is 51 as well. So that's actually not a bad thought, because now you're connecting 55 and 51 through one man. And
right, and Moon is 57 is that the championship numbers.
That's true as well. That is true that it's also 57. Have you looked at his birthday, how it aligns with the Super Bowl? Because remember, Joe Montana's was a span of 131 days from the Super Bowl.
Right. Well, he was born in 56.
Okay. I see he was born on the 322nd day of the year, too, November 18th. It's the day Alex Smith broke his leg. Okay.
I thought that was interesting. The pair with the George Floyd, Minnesota and Houston, and then, with the whole coronavirus starting in Seattle. Now, the 2-2-2 ritual I was thinking of, Patrick Mahomes won the MVP in his second year in the league. And then last year, Lamar won it in his second year in the league. And now you got Kyler Murray coming up, who just got DeAndre Hopkins. And you had number 10 going to number 1. Arizona's in their 101st season. Number 10, the receiver, number 1, the quarterback, 101. So that's just a stab in the dark I'm looking at. And then on top of the Steelers being on a 10-year drought, and it could be their 10th appearance in the Super Bowl this year. And it would kind of make sense if they played the Cowboys, just because of it being the God number year. The Steelers and Cowboys are two godlike franchises. So I got them in the back of the head, but of course the Brady stuff is right in front of your face. But sometimes, Zach, I think they be throwing us huge decoys. And I've been following this 2 years now, and some of this stuff be looking like crazy decoys, just like all the 54s we got last year. And we was thinking it with New Orleans when it really was for LSU.
Yeah, that was the mistake was because all year I overlooked that the college championship was in New Orleans on a 54 date, because we were just seeing all those 54 sacrifices for Louisiana, and we were just thinking Super Bowl 54, but lo and behold, the championship date was in New Orleans on a 54 day, so that was a big omission. And
I noticed about that game that LSU was on a 13-year drought. They won the championship on the 13th, and they were the 1 seed playing the 3 seed.
LSU Tigers 1-1-3, and that whole Billy Cannon thing. I mean, I didn't know about Billy Cannon until the game happened, but yeah.
And so, and just another thing, I just noticed that people like Michael Vick, some of the 51 in full reduction, and Atlanta's in their 55th season. So, like, just weird stuff. I've been noticing kind of stuff like that. But that Warren Moon thing and that 2-2-2 ritual. Really,
what stood out to me is the Super Bowl is on Warren Moon's 82nd day of his age, and Seattle's 82. And Vesica Piscis is also 82, which is the shape of the football. So that's interesting. We'll have to think about that, because Warren Moon does have the right numbers.
Another thing too, Warren Moon record, his career record, he got 102 wins and is on 101 losses.
I see that. Yeah, I'm looking at his stats right now. Yeah, that's wild.
That's just crazy to me. So unless something happened with Warren Moon this year, I probably won't, lean too hard on it. But it does make it interesting. But Vegas got Houston 7.5 games for the season, and I feel like Vegas is trying to tell me something with that. Like, why would Houston be that low for wins?
Really? Yeah, that does seem low. That does seem low.
7.5. They had the Colts winning the division at like 9 games or something.
I'm just looking more. This Warren Moon thing is a really good observation, because he's going to turn 64 years old on November 18th, and the whole Super Bowl had a lot to do with 64. It was synced up with Joe Montana's 64th birthday. It was synced up with Doug Williams being 64. Again, the Chiefs now have 64 points.
Matter of fact, Zach, I think Doug Williams is 55 in full reduction as well.
Okay.
But actually, I just played around with the calculator, and I just typed in Moon Super Bowl, and that sums to 62 full reduction, 64 reverse full reduction. Don't mean nothing, but I did thought that was interesting how them numbers, lined up.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on this Warren Moon thing. That's not a bad theory you came up with there. So think about that.
Right.
Okay.
All right, Zach, appreciate it.
Yeah, good work. Appreciate it.
All right.
Harold Warren Moon, 85, like National Football League. Okay. Where can I plug this in? I'm just gonna add a little note here. NFL veterans to keep in mind. Getting the lines open, you guys. Last year's Super Bowl was a riddle through Joe Montana. Joe Montana equals 54. Super Bowl 54. Warren Moon. Let's see. Moon equals 51. The Super Bowl is on Moon's 82nd day of his age. Okay. Let's see. Well, I'm waiting for the next call, but I'm just plugging this stuff in, just things to think about. Okay. I'll check in with the chat while we wait for the call. Uh-oh. We didn't go down, did we? Caller?
You, Cousin Zach, it's Cousin Mark.
Hey, what's up?
The last caller, man, I think he on to something. What did I tell you earlier before he called? I said, yo, I think it's Sporting News, it's somebody. I'm going to go on my phone after I'll call you, and then I'm going to call back because I done screenshotted it. Somebody had the Seahawks versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with, they had a whole detailed thing on it. It was like the Chiefs were down late, then they came back, and it was like Russell Wilson couldn't outlast. Listen, I'm kind of, I don't know, man. That boy, he done struck the freaking, I don't know. And then, yo, I swear to God, Truth community, y'all could believe me or not, I live in Philadelphia, right? There's this bum guy that walks around, and my cousin, he owns a barbershop at 60th and Girard called ESPN Hair Zone. So I swear to God, I look over, and the bum guy normally, you know, he's friendly. We always help him out. He, like, sings to these, like, females at the hair salon. There's a sign. There's, like, 3 ladies. He always sings to them and shit like that. If anybody in West Philadelphia listening, and you know where GG's is, I'm sure you know who the bum is. Yo, the bum ball happened to have on a Vikings Warren Moon jersey. I swear on my kids last week.
Okay.
I was just like, damn, you know, I got the Vikings, the 201 and everything. Because, like, I ain't going to hold y'all. I got the Vikings just straight out winning the Super Bowl, but then all this Tampa Bay shit happened, so I just started putting, like, Tampa Bay and some shit down. But, like, yo, the fact that bull brought that up and the fact that guy had on that Warren Moon jersey and he got ties and all these numbers matching up, could be Seahawks Chiefs, but I still like when you said that Kirk Cousins thing. Remember when you said it was a couple, the date from Kirk Cousins to his birthday to the Super Bowl in a race ritual? I kind of like that too, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, there's some narratives to think about, so I think based on what we've already clued into, we're going to have enough clues by week 3 this year to figure it out. So,
I mean, and this is my whole thing. Vegas Insider, if you go there right now and you look at NFL futures, I don't know if you got to be a member or not, but it has the Dallas Cowboys winning the NFC, the Chiefs winning the AFC, and the Cowboys beating the Super Bowl. That's like their best bet. When you go on futures and everything, it says best bet. Cowboys win the NFC, Cowboys win the Super Bowl, Chiefs win the AFC. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, because they seem to be dead on. They've been dead on about everything else. before NHL even started, they had the Tampa Bay Lightning and Vegas playing in the Cup. Well, that looks like it's about to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about Vegas Insider Futures. I haven't noticed it in the past. So
I mean, yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just all about trying to help the true community out, and I'm just putting it out there on things that I've seen. I've seen the Ravens over the Rams in the Super Bowl. That was only one prediction. I've seen the Seahawks over the Chiefs. I've seen Tampa Bay over the Chiefs, and I've seen the Cowboys over the Chiefs, and that's it. And then the whole Madden simulation with the Bears, but Nick Foles ain't even a starter, so who gives a shit?
well, he very well could become the starter.
I mean, true, but I mean, like, let's think about it. I mean, this guy, that Warren Moon thing, man, that's.
Well, what's interesting about the Warren Moon thing also is that he started his career with Houston, and Houston starting the year by playing the defending champions. And I see that Warren Moon finished his career with Houston as well. So, or not Houston, but Kansas City. And
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Didn't he play there? Well, didn't he play there right before or right after Joe Montana?
well, he didn't play a lot there, but he was there. He was there for 99 and 2000. He was there for the 99 and 2000 season, and he only had one start in the time he was there, but he was there.
And when did Joe Montana play for Kansas City?
I think Joe Montana, I want to say...
It was close enough, Zach. I mean, trust me.
Let me see. I'll look it up right now. I want to say it was a little before that. Seemed like Joe Montana's been out of the league for a while. So Joe Montana finished his season in 94. So 5 years before Warren Moon got there.
I mean, we had to figure out, all right, so how about this? 5 years? Well, the Super Bowl has a date numerology of 50. You take away the freaking zero, hey, there goes 5.
Sure. But yeah, it's possible because, I mean, Warren Moon's a big name in the NFL. He's not as big as Joe Montana, but still he's got the right numbers for this year. So.
And he was the first, like, major black quarterback in the NFL, I would say. Like, he was bigger than Doug Williams when he was coming out of, like, the CFL or whatever. However, Warren Moon was, like, the man.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look at that, the history of black quarterbacks. I'm not exactly sure
I think Warren Moon was the first black quarterback.
Let me see if I can look it up. First NFL black quarterback. Well, Doug Williams is older than him.
Well, let's say Doug Williams got drafted in what? I want to say like 78 for some reason.
So the first black quarterback in the NFL was Marlon Briscoe. Marlon Briscoe.
Sound like Marlon Brando.
Marlon Briscoe. He played for the Broncos. And I wish I'd known that. That probably fits in with that riddle they did the other year with the Black Panthers and the Broncos. And O.J. Simpson and the White Bronco. I'm going to have to look more into this Marlon Briscoe guy.
The Ford just brought out O.J.'s Bronco this summer.
Well, they advertised it and then they canceled it. But they said they were going to release it on his birthday.
They canceled it?
Yeah, they said they're going to bring it out next year now.
I guess everybody. Well, I guess next year everybody has a little bit more money and a little bit more freedom. Spike.
Yeah. Warren Moon was actually the 10th. That's interesting. He was the 10th black quarterback to start in the NFL, which is actually really interesting because 55 is the 10th triangular number and the 10th Fibonacci number. So he was the 10th.
Okay. And Meek Mills did make that post. Y'all better learn y'all Fibonacci numbers.
Cunningham was the 11th, and they did the big ritual with Cunningham this year. So.
All right, so that's kind of like 101 if you listen, listen here. I couldn't imagine the Raiders going to the bowl. That would just be like, what the freak? And remember, the Raiders and the Chiefs are rivals.
No, I don't see that. I don't think it's going to be the Raiders this year either. But the Warren Moon thing is getting more interesting. So, all right, we're going to have to keep an eye on this.
Yeah. And his jersey number was number 1, and I forgot what jersey he wore for the Chiefs and the Vikings. But I'm gonna look that up. So you can take some more calls. But yeah, like I said, one of the major things that I saw was Seahawks Chiefs, and then like I don't know, from the rip with that whole Kirk Cousins thing, and they matched 3 out of the 4 ciphers with Ignatius of Loyola.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Call from.
Caller?
What's up, Zach? One more thing. I know I just hit y'all with the moon shit, but you remember that game San Francisco and Pittsburgh played on the 22nd of September?
Last year, yeah.
All right, so from that game to this year's Super Bowl is a span of 505 days.
Okay, 505. So it sounds like maybe you're saying as a narrative, Niners
55.
and Steelers.
Right, 55. You got the 50-day numerology, so just another thought.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that observation. Yeah, that was an important game last year.
It was a big 50 ritual. So, and I just thought that was real interesting that this date numerology for the Super Bowl is 50. So, yeah.
Indeed. All right. Yeah, good observation.
All right, Zach.
All right. Thanks, man. Okay. So, Warren Moon just becomes more interesting by the moment. The thing about the Madden simulation is they usually have at least one of the 2 teams right. And again, it was Bears over Chiefs. And I mean, Chiefs being in the Super Bowl wouldn't surprise anybody. But if they're wrong about the Bears part, they might not be wrong about the Chiefs part's what I'm saying. Let's see. And just as a heads up, you guys, since I finished the live stream earlier today, we're having a bad windstorm here all day. I'm sure everyone's having crazy weather in light of what's going on in the Midwest, but the power's gone out twice very briefly. If you see this thing disconnect, I should be able to reconnect rather quickly unless the internet stays down, which has not happened. Caller?
Hey, what's up? So, Wisconsin equals 55.
What equals 55?
Wisconsin's where the Jacob Blake shooting happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I talked about that. Wisconsin's a 55 state. Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think about the Vikings winning the NFC North in against their rival in Wisconsin, the Packers, if they do end up going to the Super Bowl?
Well, again, Minnesota Vikings is 201. George Perry Floyd's 201. Minneapolis is 55. So the Vikings are a very interesting team this year. I think it's possible they win their division. So.
And do you think Kirk Cousins get his first win on Monday Night Football? Because that was a storyline last year. He couldn't win on Monday night.
Yeah, he doesn't do well in prime time. So. Yeah, that would have. Yeah, that's what he has to improve on. So.
Also, another good team to bet on is the Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals got the Super Bowl number 101.
The Cardinals got the 101?
I mean, no, the what you call it, the Roman numeral number. So I can't say that word right, but you know what I mean.
You're saying the Cardinals have a connection to 101 though?
Yeah.
What's their connection to 101?
Wait. I typed it in during the last NFL season. It's Super Bowl X. Hold on. I gotta search up the Roman numeral again. But they equaled that number.
Oh, you're saying Arizona Cardinals equal the Roman numerals for this Super Bowl. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
And the other caller was talking about that the second year rookie quarterbacks that win MVP and MVP Kyler Murray.
Okay.
And they all were black quarterbacks too. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Now Kyler Murray could be next.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So those are my 2 dark horse teams: the Vikings and the Cardinals.
Okay. Well, Cardinals would be a dark horse. All right, appreciate it, man.
All right.
So LV, Super Bowl LV. We have seen some riddles with that before. If you write out the Super Bowl with the Roman numerals. So that's a thought. Super Bowl LV. Okay. Super Bowl LV's got that 48 like Tom.
From
Caller?
Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, but Super Bowl 55, 52 of the modern era, right?
51.
Okay, 51 and 55, and this is the 101st football season.
That's right. Yeah.
And Tom Brady in Kansas City, they had scored 64 points total, right?
Right, and had
Last
62
year.
scored against him. Yeah, 64 and 62. Yeah.
So I've been thinking about all the things, and Tom Brady, if he goes to his 10th Super Bowl and loses, he'll be 6-4. If Kansas City goes to the Super Bowl.
Okay, Kansas City Chiefs is 64.
Now, the reason I have that theory, which is kind of a stretch, but right now, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are 2-1 against each other all time. Brady's beat him twice, Pat Mahomes beat him once. They play each other in the regular season, week 12, and I think the winner of that game is going to lose the Super Bowl, because if Patrick Mahomes wins, he ties it up, and they'll be 2-2, and then they can go to the Super Bowl and play, and then they'll be 3-2, whoever wins. And it'll be their 14th meeting, and right now they have 12 meetings. When they play each other, it'll be 13, and if they play each other in the Super Bowl, it'll be 14. There's 14-day numerology. It has numerology of 50. We already know Brady equals 50. They gave him 50 guaranteed $1 million. We probably need to see what's the date of the $15 million to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
But I know it's a stretch, but those that I saw, at 32 with Kansas City. Just like it's playing tonight. I mean, not tonight, but Thursday. It's going to be Patrick Mahomes' 32nd start.
Let's see.
They're playing against Houston Chiefs, 32. It's going to be Andy Reid's 113th game, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. Well, with the Chiefs,
with the Chiefs, not his all-time record.
In the regular season, it'll be his 113th game. That's true.
Yeah, and Patrick Mahomes' record, his regular season record will be his 32nd game, right?
In the regular season, Mahomes' 32nd game. Yeah, he's 24-7.
And yeah, so I was just looking at their opponents and be like, yeah, Super Bowl 55. So Bill O'Brien has 54 wins right now, all time.
Right.
And what I found really funny about that, from his birthday to Deshaun Watson's birthday right now, from 9/14 to 10/23 is 5 weeks and 5 days.
From O'Brien to Watson's birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. I
To
see what you're
Deshaun
saying.
Watson's birthday.
I see what you're saying. So that is true that O'Brien could get his 55th total win to start this season if they upset the Chiefs. So, okay.
And what's so funny is from Mark Donovan, which is the Kansas City Chiefs president, from his birthday, which is February the 15th, till the game is 5 months and 5 days.
Okay.
And Lamar Hunt, the dude who owns the Kansas City Chiefs, he's dead now, but from his birthday, which is August the 2nd, till Deshaun Watson's birthday happens to be 1 month and 12 days, and that game is on the day leaving 112 days less than a year.
Right, and Houston's 112 and Chiefs is 112, and that episode of the Rock with the Rock last year. He bought the Chiefs 112 days before the Super Bowl. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So.
Yeah, and so I looked up Houston's all-time record, and they got 131 wins, and I counted their away wins at least 3 times. They have 54 away wins all time.
Okay, you counted up their all-time away record, huh? Is that on M Cubed?
I counted their whole record. They have 131 wins. I just counted all their away wins.
Okay, well, hold on. I should have...
I had to count them season by season.
What happened here? Let's see. All right, so yeah, they have the Texans. So just Pro Football Reference has the Texans at 131 and 157 right now. And then plus their playoffs, if you want to add those in too, they'd have 135 and 163. So you went through it. You went back through their all-time stats and saw that they had 50.
All-time.
Okay. That's a lot of counting.
They have 54. Yes, it is. I had to double check myself at least 3 times.
Sure. That's what you got to do if you're counting all that. So, okay.
Yeah, and I just found it funny. They have 54 away wins all time. You know?
Right. They could open up
just
the
to open
season.
up Super Bowl 55. And just think how much that would hurt the bettors, too. Because Kansas City is a 10-point favorite.
Sure.
And then I find it funny from the contract. Did you measure when he got the sign of the contract to the game?
Well, I didn't even measure, but that's what stood out to me is that right now the Chiefs lead the Texans 7-5 all time. So if they lost, they'd be 7-6, and he signed his contract on July 7-6. And you could also look at it from the other way. If Houston won, they'd be 6-7, and Kansas City 67. So.
And it's 67 days from the signing of the contract to the game.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, like, I looked at everything else, like their records, and tried to compare their records and stuff, and I just saw that, you know, it's through the coach, Bill O'Brien. So I was just like, I roll with the coach. So I pretty much think, you know, Houston got that win. And then the over and under is at 54, so I'm betting over too. I have Houston in the over.
Okay.
It's so pretty. But I mean, I would like to see, you know, I mean, could it be a narrative for Kansas City?
Well, if they win, what it would look like for them is they'd be 8-5 versus the Texans, National Football League 85. And if the whole year is going to be about Mahomes and Brady, that's possible because Brady's 85. And that was kind of the story that after Brady won Super Bowl 53, Mahomes went on one of the late shows and talked about how he was talking to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady told him how he could step his game up and take it to the next level. Well, he wins the Super Bowl the next year, and it's very possible those two meet in this Super Bowl. So that would be the narrative for them to get to 8-5. If they did win, they'd be 3-2 at home against Houston, and Houston's 32, Kansas City's 32, Chiefs in 32. But then again, if the Texans win, they're 3-2 at Kansas City. It could make sense in their favor as well. But yeah, the narrative for the upset's definitely there because that 7-6, 6-7 thing is huge. So.
And the 55 to bring us Super Bowl 55.
Right. The fact that the first game of the season could pay tribute to 55 O'Brien. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I'm just like, and then there was one more thing. Hold on.
22 days from the Super Bowl, which was the big number on the Super Bowl day. So it's interesting how they did that.
So he probably could stay on 222 wins?
Reed could. Yeah, if Reed lost, he'd stay on 222 wins. That's right. So.
Yeah, and I was just thinking.
However, I see something with Reed, though. If Reed wins, he gets his 83rd win with the Chiefs, and Texans is 83. So that's his narrative right there. He can get his 83rd win over the Texans. And
yeah, leaving 112 days left in the year.
Yeah. So.
Whoops. Yeah, we'll just have to see. But have you looked at the Tom Brady versus Drew Brees game yet?
Well, I haven't done anything thoroughly. I just got all the base stats up here. So in Brady's case, he's 98-44 away for his career, which is tricky because if he won, he'd get his 99th win. Drew Brees is Mr. 99. And you might recall last year, the week one game of the year last year was Saints in Houston. And I think that game was on Monday Night Football. And if I remember right, it was even on September 9th, 9-9. And it was a crazy ending to the game. All that scoring in the final couple minutes. But I really liked the Saints to win that game. And it looked like they were going to lose, but then they had the crazy comeback. But that game was all about 99. And that's the big Drew Brees number. But the problem is Brady can also get his 45th away loss, and New Orleans is 45 in the most pure cipher. So I'm going to have to do some more.
And Drew Brees' name is 45, too.
Exactly. Drew Brees is 45 and 99, so.
Yeah, that's what got me torn about that one. That's why I was like, I asked you about it. I was like,
I'm going to do some more research, but the 99 riddles are big with Drew Brees throughout his career, so that does stand out that Brady could get his 99th away win by defeating Drew Brees.
But the thing about it, though, it's like, yeah, you could say that, but it's just like I thought. Like, they play each other twice, so he might split.
He'll likely get an away win before he faces Drew Brees again, so.
Yeah.
We'll look at it more, though. I'll look at Brady's all-time record against the Saints and stuff, because there's a lot more.
I forgot what, I think it has something to do with Bruce Arians, but I saw something about 57. I can't remember where I got it from, but it's something with Bruce Arians and 57.
Okay. Well, if it comes back to you.
You'll probably see it later on.
Okay.
But, yeah. All right, though.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Take care.
Oh, yeah. Peace.
Yeah, there's more stuff to look at for these games. Like, I need to look at what Mahomes' all-time record is against the Texans. I need to look at what Watson's all-time record is against the Chiefs. I'll get all this plugged in here. It just takes time, so. Pro Football Reference has the player's game log. So if you go to Pro Football Reference and type in Mahomes and go to his game log, career, and then sort by teams. Or whoops, you gotta sort by the opponent teams. Whoops. And let's see. It's been a second since I did it. I guess he's only played them once in the regular season. Doesn't seem right. He's played them more in the playoffs. Caller?
What's up, Jack?
Hey, what's up?
So I heard, you talking about the 99 thing?
Well, you can bring it up, yeah. It's open discussion.
Yeah, I might be back on it, but I noticed that Tampa Bay in the playoffs they're 6-9. So if they win the Super Bowl, well, if they get that bye week and they win 3 games, they can be 9-9.
Oh, you're saying Tampa Bay as a franchise is 6-9 in the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay. That'd be like a tribute to New England. New England 99.
Yeah, but they would have to win their division and get a bye. Because they're bringing 7 teams from each side now instead of 6.
They're bringing 7 teams from each side? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. AFC and NFC, they're bringing 7 teams now instead of 6. So
how's that going to work?
Yeah, because only one team on each side will only get a bye, the number 1 seed, instead of the top 2.
Oh.
Now only the 1 will get a bye, so they're paying big tribute to 7.
Well,
the Super Bowl's not,
yeah, I was going to say, so that means 14 teams make the playoffs. Tom Brady's 43 this year. 43 is the 14th prime. Football's 43, so is Florida. And yeah, why are they paying tribute to 7 when Brady could win his 7th this year? So,
7 is absolutely.
When did they announce that?
This was a while back ago, but I'm pretty sure, I haven't heard nothing about it since then, but I'm pretty sure, I heard that, and I'm like, and that made me like Tampa Bay even more, because I'm like, wow, why would they bring 7 teams from each side? So they're making it essentially easier for certain teams to get in the playoffs. Now they're bringing 14.
Okay, so this was announced March 31st. March 31st. I'm just thinking about if there's something to that. So that it was a leap year this year. That's the 91st day of the year. The 91st day. Do the Bucks have a connection to 91? Hold on. I'm checking this. Yeah, Buccaneers is 91 with the alphabetic order. So that they made that announcement on the 91st day of the year. And okay.
Yeah, I just found
that's important though. I'm glad you pointed that out because I did not know that until just now. So that's wild to me.
So if that for that to happen, Tampa Bay would have to win its division because now, if you win your division, they would play 2 home games, obviously, and then with the 1 Super Bowl. But only 2 teams get that privilege now. So even if you're the number 2 seed, only 1 team from each side will have that first bye. There'll be more games.
Okay.
The wild card people. So for all of that to happen, Tampa Bay would have to win that division and only play 2 playoff games and 1 in the Super Bowl to go 9-9. Well, if they don't win the division, then that will be out the window because they'll play 4 games if they do go to Super Bowl.
Well, they could win their division and still not be the top seed.
Yeah, but for them to be the top seed and for them to win three games in a playoff, they have to get that top seed.
Oh, I see what you're saying because they need to be the top seed for the 3 game. Okay, I got you.
I definitely like them to win that division. I'm thinking like 11-5.
Okay.
I think 11-5 might get that division done because that's a tough division with them in the state. So.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's a really important observation though. So yeah, people should say, well, why are they paying tribute to 7 like that? Tom Brady born in 77. Okay, appreciate that, man. Good one.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care.
Call from
caller.
Man, Zach, I don't mean to keep calling, but you just talking about that the 7-team expansion. So here's the thought, Zach. Bruce Arians started his coordinator job with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Brady and Big Ben have a very big history, and y'all just brought up that 7, and Pittsburgh can get their 7th win. Brady can get their 7th win. Pittsburgh's 6-3 in Super Bowls right now. Brady's 6-3 in Super Bowls right now. So I'm just thinking Buccaneers, right? They're Pirates, Steelers, looters with all the stealing and looting going on, the protests. And then you got Steelers, literally the word steal. So, yeah, just another thought, Zach. Last call.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
All right.
All right, see you. So that announcement was made March 31st, which can be written 31/3, like 313, and it was made exactly 313 days before the Super Bowl, and that's the 65th prime number. And I'm going to have to think more about where they could be going with that. Pandemic 65. It's been a number this year. I guess Florida's 65. Huh. That I got to put that in the notes, though. That's something we got to think about. There is a reason they've done that. Yeah, the only other team that could win its 7th Super Bowl... Well, I guess there's only one team that can win its 7th Super Bowl. Or I guess the Patriots could. But Patriots and Steelers, they're the only ones with 6. Okay. All right, let's see. Playoff format change for 2020-21 season. It was announced on March. Do this to Team Gematria. It was announced on March 31st. 31/3, 313 days before the Super Bowl in Florida, that there will be 7 teams admitted to the playoffs in the AFC and NFC this year, as opposed to 6 in each conference. Thus, they're paying tribute to 7. And 313, 65th prime, Florida, 65. Okay. Well, that's important, and the Warren Moon thing's really interesting too. So, a couple good discoveries tonight. Yeah, for calling the rest of the games, I still got to do more decoding because again, I got to look at what the I got to do things like this, and I was trying to do that when we took the call here. Let me see. It seems weird to me that Mahomes hasn't played more games against Houston. I'm like, how's this? I guess these are games he's missed. Or never mind. I was thinking they're in the same division, but they're not. It's the AFC. So in the regular season, he's 0-1 against Houston, and then last year in the playoffs, they had that crazy game. Houston was up huge, and then Kansas City came back. 82 points scored in that game. We're talking about Warren Moon in 82. Okay. But again, I'll get all this stuff plugged in for each quarterback's record against the team. Let's see. Mahomes is 1-1 versus Texans. 0-1 in regular season. Here, while we wait for the next call, I will I'll plug in Deshaun Watson stuff. Let's see.
From
Caller?
Yo, Zach. Patrick equals 33, correct?
Right.
All right, so Jared is 34. Jared Goff. Just something to think about. All right, Jared is 38 English ordinal, 20 full reduction, 97 reverse ordinal, and then reverse full reduction 34.
Okay.
Well,
the Super Bowl's not on the 34th day of the year, so I mean, like last year, the Super Bowl's on the 33rd day of the year.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So I was just trying to say, you know what I mean? Because Patrick was 33, then I put in Jared. I was like, damn, he's 34. All right, that's just a thought, you know what I mean?
Sure. Okay.
All right, let's say because of that. It's because of Martin. I mean, I was just like, damn, somebody, because I don't know. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, oh, damn, the Rams, man, like, because you kept saying, like, you know, how you like California team possibly winning the next year. Jared Goff went to a Jesuit high school, like, you know what I mean? I've seen that 34, and I'm like, man, all right, well, 34, 20, 38. I mean, a lot of people getting knocked off by those numbers also, right? You know?
Wait, what about you said I said I liked a California team to win the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, after the 49ers and
I didn't say a California team though. I didn't say a California team. I said the 49ers had the riddle because John Lynch is a career Buccaneer and now he runs the 49ers. So
okay, well, I mean, I misheard you. My bad because of that, you know, misheard him, you know.
Okay.
But I knew it was something that had to do with the whole California thing. You know what I mean? My bad for putting words in your mouth because of that.
Okay.
I ain't here to do that.
Yeah, because I don't see any riddle for.
Listen.
Yeah. Because there's not a riddle for the state of California, but the 49ers have that. If the 49ers won the Super Bowl again, they'd be 6-2, and Buccaneers is 62, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 62, who are hosting, obviously. So.
All right. So I mean, the year the black quarterback was 116, right?
Well, it's also 116, like how this year is the 116th World Series.
Yeah. Well, Tom Brady got 100 and 116 in his name.
Oh, yeah, Tom Brady does have that 116 in his name, just like Tampa, Florida's 116, correct?
Yeah, he got 100 in there also somewhere.
Okay.
I mean, I was just thinking, because, like, and I hate to be this guy, I kind of think it's hard to believe that they're going to let a black quarterback repeat.
Well, it's a new era. It's a new era. So it's the post 400 years.
Like, come on,
it's
man.
the post 400 years.
And,
Well, you do see the swing in just the way, like, because you have to think about what happened last year. What's always the stereotype? Oh, blacks, they're great athletes, but they don't have the head to play quarterback. That's why they don't win Super Bowls. Like, this is the bullshit narrative that half of America used to believe in. So last year you have all black quarterbacks take top honors in the year that NFL calls the Year of the Black Quarterback, which came after August of 2019 when the 400-year prophecy hit. And now look, the media, the media is now endorsing Black Lives Matter. They weren't doing that back in 2014. Back then they were like, look at how these instigators, agitators are. Now they're cheerlead Black Lives Matter. So that's what I mean in terms of the mainstream is a new era.
I mean, no, I understand what you mean, Cousin Zach, but behind the scenes, we all know what it's hitting for. I mean, Brady's up there in age. GOAT's 43. Last time a brother tried to repeat, he faced Brady. He failed. I just see it happening that way, and then we'll get a all-black Super Bowl in 2022.
Okay.
I mean, I just kind of, I don't know. I hate to be the downer guy, but I just really don't see them saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to flip the script all the way." The people that run sports, they don't give a about Black Lives Matter.
Well,
think,
it's all part of the script, though.
About Black Lives Matter.
It's all part of the script, though. I mean, they got all the guys wearing Black Lives Matter shirts. They're paying tribute to the Black Lives Matter Gematria with the records. It's like,
Yeah, I ain't seen Tom Brady wearing no Black Lives Matter shit.
Yeah.
Tom, I ain't wearing none of that shit. What? This is my league. You know what I mean? It's I seen a report that everybody was mad that LeBron was in the meeting talking about he's bigger than the league. He is bigger than the league. It's scripted for him to freaking be bigger than the league. Guys are complaining, LeBron's talking like he's bigger than us. Last time I checked, he was. You know what I mean? He sacrificed Kobe. Who you out there sacrificing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because of that. But I don't know. Like I said, Tom Brady, the GOAT, I mean, he supposedly gave us his, passed the torch to Mahomes, but he said, not just yet, young fella. I need that. And then he goes off in a sunset like Peyton Manning, his arch rival.
Sure.
I mean, and Ariana Grande got that song, 7 Rings.
Yeah. That's actually, when did that song come out?
I don't know.
Let's see. 2019. 2000. It came, what's interesting about that? It came out on January 18th, 118, and Tom Brady's 118.
Shit.
So that's actually interesting.
Super interesting. And then, damn, who? Oh shit, yeah. Oh, yo, so you were super dead on with the horse race, man. You put the thing under the horse race. How come we missed authentic, Cousin Zach?
Well, I know Big Al didn't, because if you listen to when we talk about horse racing in the past, we always say never sleep. We always say never sleep on Bob Baffert's horses. Bob Baffert's the New York.
Birthday, January 13th. Mine is the 14th.
Bob Baffert's the New York Yankees of horse racing. Bob Baffert, his horse won, and it was the only horse with the 142 connection. There's been a lot of 142 sports coronavirus riddles. But again, 18th lane.
A lot of things lining up.
It was right at the top of the page. 18th lane, 18 date numerology. So
and then after you had something, and then you put authentic and all these things that match up with authentic, and I'm like, how did I miss that? I was fried, but anyway, I'm like, yo, I'm so mad. I called my man. I'm like, yo, you gotta go put couple dollars on Necker Island. He's like, I don't bet horse race. I said, man, do it for me, man. My folks just, told me a little something. But if I'd have seen authentic, I definitely would have been like, yo, authentic.
Hold on. From the day the 7 Rings came out to the day of Super Bowl 55 is exactly 55 weeks on the nose.
Oh, shit.
It's exactly 55 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And I hate the Tom Brady has 50, but I know you don't do it. If you pull up the thing on that guy's GematriaNator and you do all the ciphers, Tom Brady has a 55 in there also. But I know that don't count. But I was just saying, you know what I mean?
What it does count is that song came out exactly 55 weeks before the Super Bowl. That is crazy.
So you're saying it does count now?
I'm saying no. I'm just saying what counts is that song came out exactly 55 weeks before the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
No, I understand that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm dead on whatever you say. I trust your word. You know, you've been doing this a lot longer than I have even thought about thinking about something like this. I mean, I done read the articles. They done wrote about you. So I already know you've proven. We just got to get it by, like, what, week 1, week 3? Let's get it by week 3 and we good. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? If ain't nobody else has that parlay that I told y'all the other day, Dodgers winning the World Series, Lakers winning the chip, Boston coming out of the East, Tampa Bay Lightning winning the East, Vegas winning the West. Y'all better go put that parlay in because it's looking mighty good.
Okay. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, cousin Zach.
All right, thanks, man.
Uh-huh.
Well, isn't that amazing? 7 rings came out exactly 55 weeks before Super Bowl 55. And then also it came out on 118. That's been a big pattern with Tom Brady because Tom Brady's 118. Patriots is 118. He was still on the Patriots when that came out. But that is really interesting. So I will save that here so people don't forget it. Again, we've documented the massive rituals they've done this year with the Boston Tampa Bay Rays series and what they did with the first playoff game between Boston and Tampa Bay in the NHL. Both perfectly synced with the Super Bowl date. So that is wild right there. Oh, man. Here, since Ariana Grande is singing it, I don't know if she has anything with Tom Brady. I'm just going to search their 2 names together real quick. When I search Ariana Grande, Tom Brady, it just brings up that 7 rings video. Wait a minute. There were even articles written about this? Patriots celebrate Super Bowl win with clever Ariana Grande inspired tweet. Huh. That was... Okay, so that was... Oh, I see. They changed it to 6 rings after they won the Super Bowl 53. Wow. And again, Patriots equals 118 like Tom Brady when that song came out. Caller?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, how's it going, Zach?
It's going well. How are you?
Pretty good. I just want to drop a couple of numbers onto your lap here. So obviously, you know the 2-2-2 with the Chiefs.
Right.
They did the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
So this year, Super Bowl's 2-7. So it could be the Bucs second as a franchise, Brady 7th overall. That's just one more thing for the Bucs. There's a few more things. Cowboys, most valuable sports franchise, $5.5 billion. 55 number there. There's an article, I think today on ESPN, simulating all 269 games. Seth Walder. The conclusion is Chiefs, 42 points in the Super Bowl over the Cowboys.
Another 42 ritual. Okay.
Yeah. And obviously, I think I told you this before, Super Bowl LV and the New York Jets is a perfect match. Less likely. But I think it could really be, unfortunately, the Tom Brady script, the GOAT script, especially if they're going with, pushing LeBron as the GOAT. There's a lot of talk about Messi. He's probably going to blow up with his title soon. So I just want to put those numbers
Hold on, I just caught something. Okay, so I've been talking about how GOAT's 43, and so is Florida, and so is football, and Brady's 43 years old this year, and his whole thing started in the time of the 43rd President Bush. But I just noticed that when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, GOAT is 65, and I was just talking about how they announced on March 31st, which can be written 31/3, like 313, the 65th prime, and how that was exactly 313 days before the Super Bowl. So now I'm seeing 313 is the 65th prime, and they're making it so there's 7 teams that go in the playoffs on each side, AFC and NFC, and Brady can win his 7th championship, and now we see how that 7 rings is synced up perfectly with the Super Bowl. So this is getting more and more interesting here. Huh.
Just one more quick thing. With Tampa Bay Super Bowls that take place in Tampa, there's a lot of African American rituals. I think the last one, 2009, Mike Tomlin became the first black NFL head coach. Then in 2001, it was the Baltimore Ravens, obviously the Ray Lewis ritual over there. And then there's some other ones in the past with the New York Giants and the LA Raiders.
Okay.
That's all I had to
Okay.
put in there.
Yeah, those are good thoughts to look into the Super Bowl history of Tampa Bay. So, yeah, that's some good research. I appreciate that.
Have a nice day.
All right, take care, man. When they started talking about Brady as the GOAT was when he won his 6th. And remember, they scored 16 points in that game. And when you write out 6, it's also 16. So, being 43, another GOAT riddle, and the way they synced up this move for the 7, I mean, the Brady thing is... There's just been so much. I mean, it's impossible to deny what they've done. The way they synced up the baseball and the hockey, and now all this. I mean, this is some serious slap in the face. So, oh my. Okay, I'm just plugging all this stuff in here so we don't forget it. This is all part of the NFL season cheat sheet. And again, I just want to make sure it's all in here. Because why would they change the playoff format to 7 this year? It just reminds me of the year that they moved the touchback to 25. That was all a riddle with the Patriots too. All right, let's see. All right. The line is open if anybody wants to call in. And again, for all of you guys who always write in the chat and say I don't pay enough attention to the chat, realize, I only have one set of eyeballs, but the phone line's always open. Don't be shy to call in. So I see some of you guys get mad that I don't see your comment in the chat, but I got a phone line for you guys to call. So, okay. I just want to get all this in there. The NFL changed the playoff format to 7 teams from the AFC and NFC on 313 days before the Super Bowl, the 65th prime, GOAT 65. All right. And then Tom Brady is 43 this season. Oops. Football 43, Florida 43. Okay. All right. Well, remember that Browns game where they smoked the Ravens last year, which was a huge payout? We had a really strong riddle for the Browns to upset that game. We were dead on with that one. I should go back and look at the notes because that riddle was just, it was massive. It was like, the Browns got to win this game, even though they were big dogs. And sure enough, they did. The riddle was strong for that.
Call from.
Caller?
Yo, Zach, what up? It's Lane with a Y, Generation Y.
What's up, Lane?
Yeah, not much. I'm here to talk about the NFL. I heard my boy talking about LA Rams.
Okay.
Well, we got a player straight out of Rochester that plays for LA. Number 18. His name is Ernest Edwards. Okay? The
Okay.
initials EE equals 55. Okay? He wears number 18 for the LA Rams. Okay? And he went to the University of Maine. So I don't know if that's a New England connection for you guys. His initials are 55. But if you spell out Ernest Edwards equals 56 in full reduction gematria. 56. Okay?
Okay.
This last week, the biggest article in Black Lives Matter is my city, Rochester, New York. Rochester equals 111. I don't know if that matters. Rochester, New York equals 222. I don't know if that matters. Okay? The guy's name who died was Daniel Prude. Prude.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
I covered that story.
You covered that story?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ernest Edwards is a player from Rochester. He's tweeting about Black Lives Matter. You know, he wears number 18. He plays for the LA Rams, and he graduated from the University of Maine. So I just say watch out for him.
Okay. Ernest Edwards. Ernest Edwards the fourth? Yeah, it must be him. Yeah, it is. Okay.
All right, Zach. Keep working, man.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. Peace.
Yeah. If you go to my main channel, GematriaEffectNews, you'll see the Daniel Prude video. The thumbnail's the bag over the guy's head with the cops behind him. Perfectly synced with all the other propaganda. Okay. So Joe Burrow and Brady up there, huh? Let's see what they do with Joe Burrow. All right, they're already starting the conversation. Foles should be starter. Let's see. All right. Remember some of these stories. Yeah, it's possible that ESPN threw a story out there. I've been scanning their page and just looking for something like what they put up last year with Year of the Black Quarterback. Well, they got the same photo that they used last year. This brother is electrifying. Here, I just gotta see what they're coding this year. This brother is electrifying. Whoops. 141 is a San Francisco number. It's always 147 days from the first week to the Super Bowl. First Sunday to Super Bowl Sunday. 303. Why Stephen A. sees Lamar Jackson as the biggest rival to Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Let's see. The coaches that had the coronavirus in the offseason, first it was Sean Payton with the Saints, and then it was Doug Peterson with the Eagles. And again, Philadelphia's 101, so is Louisiana. So coronavirus could be riddles with those teams. So the Seahawks lost Clowney. Adrian Peterson's on the Lions, huh? Okay. Well, I don't know, man. The Patriot stuff just keeps building. The 7 rings perfectly sync with the Super Bowl. And the thing they did with the 7 teams in the playoffs. So all right, well, I thought there'd be more engagement tonight, more callers. So I guess Monday night's not the night, or people just don't care until the football season actually starts. But again, we'll talk about the Thursday game before it's played. I still got to dig up a few more stats for all the Week 1 games, so I'll keep updating the notes. And again, we'll look more at the Thursday night game Thursday morning when we live stream. But let me check in with the chat. If we don't have more callers, we can keep it short. Okay. Oh! Are you guys telling me that I put in the date wrong for I got the date wrong for this. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got the date wrong. I got the wrong year. So I guess it's not. Let me see. I see. Caller?
Yeah, what's up? Zach, when's a good time to talk about the U.S. Open? A couple of observations I had. I might have a couple of finalists, but I could use your opinion.
Well, I mean, we'll do another live stream tomorrow morning, so.
All right, should I call at the end of the show?
Well, you can call in tomorrow when the line's open and we're talking sports.
Oh, okay. You don't usually do tennis, so I just want to know what the best time was. That's all.
Yeah, it's okay. Just call in when we're talking sports tomorrow.
All right, all good.
Okay,
Thanks.
appreciate it. Yeah. All right, correction. Yeah, I had the wrong year for the thing.
From
Caller?
What's up, Zach? Another team that I'm thinking that got some good numbers to possibly face Tampa Bay is the Steelers. Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Pittsburgh Steelers, yeah, because last Super Bowl they won was in 43. They can also, if they go to Super Bowl, they can get their 7th ring as a franchise. So that's what I think. 7 is going to play. Either Brady's going to get a 7th ring, because there's only two teams. There's only 3 things. Brady can get the 7th ring, Patriots can get their 7th ring, and Steelers can get their 7th ring. I think one of them has to happen. Not has to happen, but I think one of them's likely to happen. But I'm definitely leaning way towards the Brady thing. But it would be cool if he can, if they match it on each side. So if he goes up against the Steelers, then it's like, which way do we take it? Because it's on 2-7. Can Steelers get their 7th ring on the 7th? Can Brady get a 7th?
I would take Brady all day. I would take Brady all day.
All
that
day,
matchup.
100%. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to think of the teams that can go with them, and they got some good numbers on them. And then my other team that I like, sleeper, I said it before, is the Raiders. I don't think nobody likes them, but I love them. Las Vegas Raiders. This is their first year in Vegas. Super Bowl LV, Las Vegas. I keep hearing everybody talk about the LV. I don't know if you guys mentioned the Vegas.
That is true. LV, Las Vegas. Las Vegas Raiders, 101.
Yes, and then Tampa Bay and the Raiders, they got history. They played in the Super Bowl 18 years ago.
Gruden used to coach down there with the Bucks too.
Yes. There's everything. There's everything there. You know what I mean? It's just we got to figure out. I wouldn't say we're locked in on Brady, but I'm locked in on him already. But
so just a correction.
Who are you gonna go get?
Just a correction, because I did plug in the year wrong at first. So it's actually from the day that 7 Rings song came out to February, the day of the Super Bowl, is 751 days, which is the 133rd prime, and football is 133. So that's still pretty interesting. Not as interesting as 55
and then,
weeks.
Something I noticed about Brady's all-time playoffs wins, he's on 30. He's 30 and 44. No, I'm sorry. He's 30. He got 30 playoff wins.
Brady's got 30 playoff wins right now?
Yes, I think 30 playoff wins out of 41 games.
Let me see.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, if you can check it.
Yeah, if you go to the
they win
footballdb.com and just go to, instead of overall, put it on postseason, you'll have all their stats. So yeah, Brady's 30 and 11 in the postseason right now.
Yes, and in 41 games so far. So if he plays those 3 more, that will be 44 games. He can get, if he wins, that'll be 33 wins.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You know, that's a big number.
Yeah.
So I really like them.
I think Tampa Bay is 137. Yeah, the 33rd prime. And what is
exactly?
Champions also 137, the 33rd prime. It's also Champions also 43 like GOAT. So.
Yep. So it's so much there.
Yeah.
So much there. Well, that's all I want to add.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, Jay-Z, I said that before. Tom Brady and Patriots both equal 118, so, and then they used it after they won the Super Bowl as a little joke. Yeah, the Tom Terrific thing. I feel like they call Tom Brady that sometimes. And Tom Seaver again. Here, let's look at that more. So he died. He died 28 days after Brady's birthday, which means he also died on Brady's 29th day of his age, because Brady's birthday is August 3rd. So this would have been Brady's 29th day of his age. Football's 29 in the most pure cipher, so that's interesting. And let's just see how it lined up with the season. Keep in mind he wore number 41, right? Super Bowl's 41. Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl at age 41. Tom Seaver, number 41. He died 160 days before the Super Bowl, or a span of 161. I don't think... I'm going to check. You know, Tampa Bay Buccaneers is also 109, the 29th prime, and lied of dying on Brady's 29th day of his age. Bucks 2-7 could be in the Super Bowl. Raymond James Stadium 72. The date of the Super Bowl can be written 7-2. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to go through and look at like teams that could have a 160 connection. But when he died, one of my first thoughts was Tom Brady, Tom Terrific. George. Again, his full name's 94. They won 9-4 the day he died. And Tom Seaver's 118. Like Tom Brady's 118. It's also 53. Big number in the NFL. 53-man roster. 53 in a third wide yard field. Vesica Pisces 53, which is the shape of the football. So, but the fact that he wore 41, the big Super Bowl number, definitely stands out. Seaver's 25, like Tampa Bay. And hold on, I forget what else there was with Tom Seaver's death. Let me see a couple more things, because I think I already have a post on it. Okay, so the Mets beat Baltimore that day. That's something to think about. Baltimore's a team that, and Baltimore's 41, right? Like Tom Seaver wore number 41, Super Bowl number. It was the Mets' 37th game of the year, Orioles' 36th. He was 75 years old. Hold on. Birthday. He died 78 days before his birthday, or a span of 79, and Tampa Bay is 79. Caller?
Yeah, Zach, this is Chris.
Hey, what's up,
From
Chris?
DC.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Hey.
You ever thought that this year could be the year Florida teams winning? I've been looking at the cause you know they got everything around Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I also been looking at since they got that around Tom Brady for the Buccaneers to do good this year, and then you got the Rays doing good in the baseball jump, that they could meet up with the Twins in the AL, and then you got the Tampa Bay Lightning doing good this year.
Right. Yeah, all this Tampa stuff's going on the year Tom Brady goes there.
Yeah, all the Tampa stuff going on, and then I also could see that the Florida is a possibility, that chance that while all them Florida teams doing good, the Florida Gators and the college football could go to the playoff. But I don't think they're gonna win no championship though. But we might have a shot to make it to the playoff though, with the corona stuff going on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's all possible because they've structured a lot of stuff with Tom Brady. They structured the Lightning playoff series against Boston. They structured the Red Sox and Tampa Bay Devil Rays series, and they've been perfect rituals. So it's very possible.
Yeah, and I also think that if they doing that, I also think that the Miami Hurricanes might have a good year in the ACC too. But even though at Clemson is the big team, and Notre Dame moved to the ACC now, so
True. Yeah.
yeah, that's all I had.
Well, I appreciate it, Chris. Good observations. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, man.
All right, take care. All right, I'm plugging in these notes about Tom Seaver. The line's still open, taking calls. But Tom Seaver died 78 days before his birthday. New York number 78, Orispan is 79, Tampa Bay 79, and the NFL League office, of course, is in New York. Where did my screenshots go? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. He died 78 days before his birthday. Or his span is 79. Oops. Okay. They made a big deal about how Seaver played in 311 games, which is the 64th prime number. And there's probably something with that to think about. 311, the 64th prime.
Call from.
Caller?
Yo, cousin Zach.
Hey, what's up?
If you type in Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, full reduction is 106, single reduction is 115. Then Francis, what's that? Baconus? It looks like is 515. Isn't that the Boulet's birthday?
May 15th. Yeah. His full name though is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Yeah, I know. I just took the junior off of it, though.
Oh, you took the junior part off.
He never goes by junior, though. Like, I didn't know he was a junior until I heard you say it.
Sure. That full name, though, is 163, though, the 38th prime, and the Super Bowl is on the 38th day of the year.
Yes. I mean, as you saying it, I'm typing it in. I mean, I've been trying to break down his name all crazy, and then if you put in this full government, and you take out the Edward, and you leave Patrick in there, and Chaldean is 55.
Sure. Okay, that's interesting. Tampa, Florida is also 73, like how he could become 7-3 in Super Bowls.
Yes. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Like when you like break down this full government name, and you just start like. Because what does he really go by? Thomas Edward Patrick Brady? I've only heard Tom Brady. I ain't know none of that until the day he signed with the Buccaneers, and I watched your live stream, and I'm like, his name's Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like what he goes by Tom Brady, right? Like that's Tom.
Yeah, that's normally what he's called. So.
Yeah, but it's just crazy when you break down his government. How you see everything line up, and you're like, oh, all right, that's how they've been pulling it off for the ball.
Right.
Okay. You know what I mean? So, yeah, then hold on. So you take out both middle names. Oh, shit. Thomas, the full word Thomas Brady Jr., full reduction is 55.
Thomas Brady Jr., huh? Yeah, most pure cipher, too. Yeah.
It is in a dark blue is 55. Full reduction King V is 55. 154 in English ordinal. 197 in reverse.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it up. I see it. The 197 is the 45th prime. New England's 45, where he's been most of his career. So.
Look at that KFW, cousin Zach.
Oh, you're saying the other ciphers.
Well, yeah, you ain't have. I see. Like I said, I had right now. I got the Gematrinator up with all of the ciphers clicked on the guy's website, so I could see everything. So Thomas Brady Jr. in KFW Kabbalah is 136.
The 16th triangular number.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking about the 136 though?
Joe Montana wore number 16.
Oh, okay.
Joe Montana was his favorite player.
Sure, he scored 16 points when he won his sixth Super Bowl. GOAT's also 16.
Oh, and then how about this? Oh, Joe Montana was the first person to know he was leaving New England. Joe Montana said it on an interview. He says, I talked to Tom Brady the night before he made his decision, and Tom let me know that he was going to Tampa. Like, you can look that up. Joe Montana says that.
Okay.
So, like, my whole thing is like, why is he telling the guy that don't even play no more? Like, I mean, like, he's so buddy-buddy with the guy that they just had the whole Super Bowl ritual for. So now it's like, whatever. And then another 2-7 is Leonard Fournette. Wasn't he number 27?
Or he was wearing 27, yeah.
Yeah, now when he went to Tampa Bay, the coach told him he couldn't get number 27 back. But here's the most interesting thing I've seen throughout all. For the Super Bowl, I guess, to implement social distancing, Raymond James Stadium has built a 2.7 mile, I guess, social distance or like a walkway or something. You can look it up, cousin Zach. Go to Raymond James Stadium on Wikipedia. It says that construction is either done or will be done before the Super Bowl, and it's a 2.7 mile walk.
Oh, what's the point of this? What?
The whole thing with the Super Bowl, the caller called about Tom Brady, that Tampa Bay could get their second Super Bowl. Tom Brady could get his seventh ring.
Right.
27, cousin Zach.
And a 2.7 mile walk. But what is it?
It's being built outside Raymond James Stadium where the Super Bowl is being hosted.
What are they building though? What is it?
It's an extra walkway that is 2.7 miles. I've seen it on ESPN website. I just thought that it was interesting that ESPN
it's something for
a walkway that was built.
It's something for social distancing.
Yeah, I think so for the Super Bowl because I think they're going to allow fans at the Super Bowl.
It keeps you 6 feet apart. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Like, you know what I mean? The 27s, and it was just like Leonard Fournette got traded with the 27, and it's just been, I don't know, how that number's been popping up crazy for 27 for some reason.
Yeah, the Leonard Fournette thing was really interesting the day it happened because he's got the 131 in the most pure cipher, the big Super Bowl number. So.
Mm-hmm. And Black.
Oh, they're having Fournette wear number 28, huh? Because if whoever wins the Super Bowl this year gets the 28th Super Bowl for their conference.
So his jersey number's 28?
Well, that's what I see here in this thumbnail. They got him in a 28 Bucks jersey, so I'm wondering.
Well, yeah, Bruce Arians already said from the rip he wasn't wearing 27. That the guy and the guy that he named the starter, something Jones, he wears number 27.
Yeah, it looks like he's wearing 28. Yeah, he is. He is wearing 28.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, NFC wins is number 28. You know what I mean? And sends it off. And wouldn't he be the first quarterback ever to win the Super Bowl in both conferences also?
I don't know if any quarterback's ever done that before. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I have to look that one up.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to say no off the top of my head. I used to be like a die-hard sports fan, so I think I would know that.
Yeah. So, has any QB won Super Bowl for AFC and NFC? So the question's been asked before. Never.
Exactly, and no QB has ever won the Super Bowl in his home stadium. It's just a whole bunch of firsts to go out. You know what I mean? Just to go off into the sunset. You know what I mean? And think about it like this. I mean, I can see him beating the Seahawks in the championship game. I can see him beating the Cowboys. And then I can see him beating the Chiefs or the Ravens. Because, like you said, it's definitely going to be some type of Super Bowl race ritual. And then, like, this is like Bruce Arians' first coaching job and all of this and all. ESPN just been running so much narrative on Tampa Bay, I can't even keep up with it.
Sure. Yeah, they've done a lot with Tampa Bay. I mean, we've been documenting it, so.
And then if it was like, last year was the year of the African American quarterback. Like I said, he definitely got that 100 in there, and then he got the Thomas Edward Patrick. Let me get that up in there. He got that 116 and that 100. They're not playing around with this ball. They definitely about to just let him go out. Yep. All right, cousin Zach. I don't know. I just got a feeling that we all gonna in 91. You said something about 91 also, right?
Because they made that change to the playoffs on the 91st day of the year, and Buccaneers is 91. And 91 is also the 13th triangular number, and NFL's 13. But that's suspicious.
And Florida and Francis Bacon is 91.
Oh, sure, because you had plus 26 for capital letters in that cipher. So, yeah, 65 plus 26, yeah. Okay.
Shit, Florida's 38, 43, 65, 91. So a bunch of, yeah. All right, cousin.
All right, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, welcome. All right, take care.
Yes.
See, the thing is, if they do that Patriots and Chiefs Super Bowl, Mahomes' birthday is 17/9, September 17th, and there's an ongoing narrative with Brady and Mahomes. 179 is the 41st prime Super Bowl 41. Oh, man. So sick of Tom Brady. I'd really like for it to not be Tom Brady, but all the stuff they've done, it's so hard to deny. And if let's just say the Bucks did go to the Super Bowl and won, and they played 3 games in the postseason, they would be 9-9. Yeah, if they had to play 4 games, they'd be 10-9. That actually might make more sense if they had to play 4 games in the playoffs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 109, the 29th prime, football 29. They trade for Fournette on. And remember, the last time Brady won the Super Bowl, the AFC Championship, remember the Patriots were getting beat pretty good in the first half by the Jaguars, and Fournette was dominating the game. And then in the second half, Fournette didn't even play. He didn't even try to run the ball. He didn't even try to get first downs. He just fell down at the line of scrimmage. It was just so obvious that it's just like, look how fixed it is. They couldn't stop Fournette in the first half, and now he can't even run for anything in the second half. But anyway, if they played 4 games in the playoffs and got to 10-9, that could make some sense. I was going to say if they played 3 games and got to 9-9, 99 is an interesting number because when you write out 13 as a word, it's 99. NFL's 13. The United States of America is 99. New England's 99, where he just came over from. The last time he won the Super Bowl was the 99th NFL season. But, yeah, you can make sense of winning 4 games in the playoffs too. So, okay, let me check in with the chat. Christopher says Warren Dunmore, number 28, Old Bucks running back. Yeah, Cam Newton's super interesting because, again, he's in Tom Brady's old team, and he's on 131 career games played, connecting to Huey P. Newton and the Super Bowl. So, again, I think they're going to go with a narrative of it looks like Brady's going to be there, but to me, he's got to play a black quarterback based on all the narratives. So that could be a repeat against Mahomes, could be Cam Newton and his old team. I think people would love that narrative if Tom Brady against the Patriots. And, of course, Lamar Jackson, too. Caller?
Hey, Zach.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, for the Sunday NFL thing, I found that's the day that leaves 109 days left in the year.
Wait, what? Hold on. Tell me again, what's the day leaving 109 days left in the year, and what happened?
On Sunday, week 1.
Oh, okay.
Yes, September 13th. In Jewish Gematria, Jupiter equals 109.
Jupiter.
And I use the little astrology app called Sky Safari.
Okay.
And on that app, it showed me that Jupiter entered the constellation of Sagittarius on November 16th, 2019. And that day was exactly 303 days before September 13th, 2020.
Okay.
And you had the 303 popped up in your little thing that you were looking at earlier with that little phrase, something is electrifying or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the NFL ESPN headline.
Yes. So that's just something I wanted to point out.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's all.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. All right, checking back in with the chat. Cam Newton played his first game September 11th, 2011. Okay. Let's see. And Cameron Newton, 160. So Ariana's got the 118 like Tom Brady. Jay Easy, do you know that Tom Brady's not on the Patriots anymore? But I assume you know that. But yeah, Tom Brady's 118, Patriots is 118. That song 7 Rings came out on January 18th. All right, let's see. If he got his seventh championship over the Patriots, that would be funny. Cam Jarrell Newton 91, okay. Cam Newton's birthday is May 11th. Here, we can just see how things would line up this year with him. The thing about the Panthers and the Super Bowl being on the 38th day of the year is they lost in Super Bowl 38 and they lost in Super Bowl 50, which was also on the 38th day of the year. So that's a parallel between Super Bowl 50 and this one 5 years later. Peyton Manning rode off into the sunset after Super Bowl 50. Brady could do the same thing this year. Let's see. It's 272 days after Cam's birthday. It's kind of interesting because the Super Bowl's on 2/7. And 93 days for his upcoming birthday. Okay. But yeah, I was not aware until tonight that the NFL moved the postseason to 7 teams in both conferences. And it's obvious that this is part of a ritual because they synced it up too perfectly. 31/3, like 313 days before the Super Bowl. So... Here, real quick before we sign off, I'm just going to scan just teams' postseason records. Because right now, on the cheat sheet, we got everyone's postseason. So Patriots all time in the postseason 37-21. Be funny if they went to the Super Bowl and beat Brady. They'd have to win 4 games in the playoffs to hit that Super Bowl number 41. They'd get their 41st playoff win. I don't think Miami's going to be the team this year. The Jets, they'd be a super dark horse. 12-13 in the playoffs. Bills, I don't think so. Ravens are a team to consider. 15-10 in the playoffs. Just keep looking. Steelers 36-25. The Super Bowl is on the 38th day of the year. That'd be another number to think about. Ravens do have that 38 connection. Be interesting what kind of year Joe Burrow has. I just got to see out of curiosity. I'm going to end up plugging all this stuff in. I remember the Super Bowl was 54 days after Burrow's birthday. I just want to see, because they're saying he's going to start. So I just want to see. First game is the 13th. I don't see anything too magical with that off the top. Oops. How many days is his first coming birthday? 88 days before his coming birthday. Okay. Let's see. Browns got a new coach this year. And Texans, we looked into that Warren Moon thing to start the live stream. That was very interesting. Texans are 4-6 in the playoffs.
Call from.
Caller?
What's up, Zach? I just wanted to point something out interesting that I found out about Super Bowls.
Okay.
So I noticed that teams, when they go back-to-back, well, not all teams, but so the first team to go back-to-back was Green Bay, 1 and 2. Super Bowl 1, Super Bowl 2. So 30 years after that, they won Super Bowl 31. So then I go check the next team that went back-to-back was actually the Dolphins. But they broke that little ritual. But the next team after that, it was Pittsburgh Steelers in 9 and 10. So if you go 30 years after that, they won Super Bowl 40. And then Pittsburgh Steelers went back-to-back again, Super Bowl 13-14. And if you skip 30 years again after that, they won Super Bowl 43.
So
I noticed last year...
Go ahead.
You get what I'm saying?
Patterns of 30 years later.
When they go back-to-back, but some teams break it because last year 49ers was on that same path. But I was on 49ers big last year because they won back-to-back in, was it 23, 24? I'm not really sure, but they were supposed to win, but they lost. So I'm thinking the next team that's coming up that went back-to-back was the Denver Broncos. So I'm going to keep an eye on them. Not every team does it, but so far I've been paying attention that most teams, if they don't win it, they go far and lose. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I just wanted to point that out for when teams go back-to-back because Patriots will be coming up in a couple years too. They went back-to-back. And so, no, Denver will be the next team, actually, that went back-to-back in 32, 33, I believe. They
played strong at the end of last year with that new quarterback Lock. So.
Yeah, I'm hearing good things on him too. Just not Gematria, just football-wise, people saying good things on Denver this year. But I just thought that was interesting that how teams, when they go back-to-back 30 years later, they win.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That was all. I just wanted to tell you that.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, then.
All right. See you. All right. Let's see. I'm just scanning all these teams. The Colts got Phillip Rivers this year. See what they do with Rivers. There's only 2 teams in the league with a 201 connection. the Vikings in Indianapolis. So we'll have to see. Been a big number this year. Chiefs, if they played 4 games in the playoffs, they could get their 17th playoff win. Just thinking how big that number is in the NBA this year, just if it plays through in any of these other things. Broncos, 23 playoff wins. They could get to 27. I don't think it's their Super Bowl year yet, though. Let's see. Los Angeles, 12-18. What's the Chargers? Let's see. Oakland, 25 wins. And, who knows what Oakland's going to do this year. Their team's not that bad. If they won 3 games, if they made it to the Super Bowl and lost, they could stay on 28. Again, it's tied right now, 27 apiece, AFC and NFC. Cowboys are on 35 wins. If they had 3 playoff games, if they were the top seed in the NFC. Remember, McCarthy came over, and let me see if I can find my McCarthy notes. Because McCarthy came over with some serious championship numbers. I remember this was this happened at the end of last year. His brother died. Let me see. McCarthy, Cowboys. Maybe it's on my other site. Maybe it's on this site. And then the one Cowboys player. Shit. Where's that post at? Okay, so Xavier Woods says Cowboys will win Super Bowl 55 with Mike McCarthy. That was January 16th, 2020. He said that on the 57 date numerology, Mike McCarthy 57. And McCarthy was hired 57 days after his birthday. Again, when you write out 57, it equals the same thing as championship Super Bowl. Number that's always hanging around championships. McCarthy was hired by the Cowboys 57 days after his birthday. He's going to turn 57 November 10th this year. And from when he left, when he was fired by Green Bay on Aaron Rodgers' birthday, to when he was hired by Dallas was 57 weeks and 1 day. So they did a massive 57 ritual with Mike McCarthy. And again, that is something to keep in mind with the Cowboys. And we did have we had the caller who was telling us all about Dallas in 27. Dallas Cowboys got that 43, 43-year-old Tom Brady. So, just a reminder about the Mike McCarthy 57 ritual. January 6th. I guess just to measure from that date to the Super Bowl, just to see what that looks like. January 6th, 2020 to 2/7/2021. Wow. Well, there's another 57 for the Mike McCarthy piece. It's exactly a span of 57 weeks to the Super Bowl. And don't forget that the day of the draft, Dak Prescott's brother died. Wow. Another 57 for Mike McCarthy. That's crazy. Whoops. I'm going to see if I can go back and look at that Dak Prescott brother's death real quick. Oh, yeah, that's right. His mother died 2 years earlier. So his mother died on 11/3. Dallas is 113. She died 97 days after his birthday that year. And keep in mind, she died in 2013. Dallas is 13. But she died 97 days after his birthday. Death is 97. And 97 is the 25th prime. Tampa Bay does equal 25. So that's something to think about. Hold on.
From
Caller?
Hey, Zach, about that back-to-back thing I was saying, I totally forgot. Cowboys, they right on next. They went back-to-back and
Against the Bills.
yes, and then that would be 30 years and 57. And
Well, you know what's funny? Rambo, if you know who Rambo is, who calls into my radio show, he's been hung up on the Cowboys and the Bills. He keeps bringing up those teams, I think, like 2 years in a row. Keeps seeing something with that. So,
I do think the Bills are going to have a good shot. I don't think this year, but I think coming up soon, the Bills will be back in the Super Bowl because they went to 4 straight in the 90s and lost. So I definitely think Josh Allen and them will be back soon. I just don't know what year. But the 57 thing, what you said with McCarthy, the big 57 ritual.
Right.
And the other caller said something about Dallas in 27 is big, right? So Dallas won their last Super Bowl in 30. So if they win in 57, that's 27 years later.
Yeah, I still somebody called in and said they did the research on Dallas and patterns of 27. I still don't know why that would be. It is a ritual number, but
it's a big number. Yep.
Mike McCarthy definitely has something going on with 57. So
yeah, so what I'm saying is 57. I'm thinking Cowboys win Super Bowl 57, and that goes to my back-to-back thing because they won back-to-back in 27, 28.
Okay, that's possible. It's not too far away.
It missed with I'm like thinking a couple years ahead. I like to think a couple years ahead. Honestly, I already got my Super Bowls mapped up from 56, 57. I'm years ahead with my predictions.
Sure.
But I do like them. Now that I see you say that, they did a massive ritual with McCarthy in 57. I really like them in 57. Not yet. I don't think they'll win yet because all the playoff issues and contract issues with Dak. I just think a lot of stuff like that matters. I don't think teams win Super Bowls when there's issues like that.
Sure.
Just my thing.
Sure.
But yeah, I just wanted to add in there. I seen you say something about the 57 thing.
All right. Well, I appreciate the observations. Good work.
All right, bro.
All right, take care. So, Dak's brother died this year on April 23rd, which is typically the 113th day of the year, and his mother died on November 3rd, so 113, Dallas 113, and his brother died 97 days before his birthday, whereas his mother died 97 days after his birthday, and again, big death number. So, again, we talked about this in 2016. He was the 135th pick to replace Tony Romo, 135. And Joe Burrow went number 1 overall the day that his brother died, 135 days after his own birthday in NFL Drafts 135. Sometimes these things that they start to lay down are for riddles years in advance. It's just like, remember, okay, so the year of Super Bowl 53, when we were debating on who the Patriots would play, they were doing all those riddles with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I was like, God, could it be Patriots and 49ers this year? But then when they did the 99-day holdout contract thing with Aaron Donald, Mr. 99, I was like, okay, that's got to be it. Los Angeles 53, Patriots 53, number 99 ends his holdout 99 days from his birthday. Plus his birthday is May 23rd, like 5/23, the 99th prime. But again, they were doing all those riddles with the 49ers and Garoppolo that offseason too. That's why we were looking at that. And then you see how the next year, the 49ers end up in the Super Bowl. So sometimes the riddles they're doing before a season, they can actually be for, not that coming season, but in the near future. And that's also like the year where I said the Cubs would win the World Series in spring training. My first pick was for them to beat the Astros, and once the Astros were out, I said, okay, it's got to be the Indians then. But then the Astros ended up being in the World Series the next year and winning it. And again, so it's a lot of times the riddles they're doing for the team, they might not be for that immediate season, but again, you gotta, it's a lot to keep track of. But when they start doing big rituals with teams, it's like their time is coming. If it's not that season, it might be the year after. So. And just in light of, how Joe Burrow went number 1 overall on the day that Dak Prescott's brother died, quarterbacks, I mean, if the last caller's right about his thought about the the Cowboys being the team for Super Bowl 57. By then, that's 3 seasons from now. The Bengals could be formidable by then, so they're on a serious drought. But yeah, another 57. So Mike McCarthy, from the day he was hired to the Super Bowl, is exactly a span of 57 weeks. And I did not have that in here. But, So that is something to keep in mind. Mike McCarthy's already won a Super Bowl with the Packers. And what is it? I'm trying to think of the teams that can tie the Steelers and the Patriots. The 49ers, the Cowboys. I think the Packers have 4 Super Bowl wins. So, okay. Yeah, it's not out of the question. I mean, that would be a slap you in the face riddle if it was Brady versus old team. We'll do for Reborn. We'll do a full decode of the NFL games. I still got to finish crunching all the numbers. I see the live stream went down. Oh, it looks like it's back up. Did the Browns get a new stadium this year? We thought. Let's see. '49ers Kamala Harris, California has 55 electoral votes. Is that right? That's funny. Let's see. California electoral votes. Again, before all this Brady madness, I thought the 49ers had the best riddle. There are 55 electoral votes in California. 49ers is 55 as well. Well, if we don't have any more callers, we can leave it there for tonight. Some good information came up. We added to the post. Again, the links for the cheat sheet for all the teams Gematria and key numbers for the year and the birthdays for the coach and quarterback. It's password protected. The password is NFL in caps 2020, all one thing. NFL 2020, no spaces, NFL in caps. Same thing for the week 1 notes. And realize the week 1 notes, a lot of the information's here, but I still need to go through and get every quarterback's head-to-head record versus teams and plug in a few more things. Birthday distances, so I will be finishing this. And then Saturday night, we'll do an independent live stream for the NFL Sunday games. And we'll talk more about the Thursday game over the course of the week. And, of course, Thursday morning when we do our regular live stream. So we can leave it there for tonight. And, again,